Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really delighted to be with all of you today as part of the IIT Summit 2020 for a global audience which comprises of thousands of alumni of the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology in India. Today, the alumni of IIT are everywhere. They are entrepreneurs, they are technopreneurs, they are civil servants, they are leading some of the fastest growing startups, they are corporate leaders and managers, and they are driving change, not just in India but across the world. Let me start by saying that the COVID-19 situation is an unprecedented one, for it has caught countries, citizens and policy makers across the world completely off guard. Not many of us would have thought that we would witness and experience global pandemic in our lifetime. And yet here we are today, battling a virus which threatens both lives and livelihoods. Today, the core focus of all countries across the world should be to save both lives as well as livelihoods, while also using this crisis as an immense opportunity. An opportunity to push for economic reforms and introduce technology-driven interventions which would help put ourselves back on a high growth, high innovation trajectory. Ladies and gentlemen, India took an extremely bold and proactive decision to impose a countrywide lockdown. This decision was not an easy one to make, but it was the stringent measure lockdown that gave us time that we needed to prepare ourselves. For a country with a population of 1.3 billion people, we continue to have extremely low deaths and cases per million population. The government strategy of hyper-localization was one of the reasons why cases in the entire country are not peaking at the same time, which would have been an extremely tough situation to manage. India used this time to not only better prepare itself to deal with the pandemic, but to also undertake mass production of PPEs, hand sanitizers and ventilators. We manufactured zero PPE kits prior to COVID-19. And yet today we manufacture millions and have become leading exporters of both PPE and ventilators. It was also during this time that we developed one of the most powerful and most successful contact tracing app, Arogya Setu. It has warned millions of Indians so far of potential risk of infection through Bluetooth contact tracing and has predicted thousands of hotspots across the country. The app is a stellar example of the power of public-private collaborations in the midst of a global pandemic. When we look at this from an economic perspective, different countries across the world reacted differently. India's strategy is grounded in the twin pillars of saving lives and livelihoods. It was with this aim that the Government of India announced the most ambitious reform and relief package across the world, the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme. We have used this crisis as an opportunity to unleash long pending reforms which will modernize India's agriculture, demonopolize our coal sector, and completely transform the defense, aviation and space sector with increased FDI limits, liberalized MRO tax regime and private sector participation in space, the revision in the definition for micro, small and medium industries revised upwards, which will enable higher investments and job creation. But let me tell you all that Atmanirbhar Bharat is in no way implies protectionism or isolationism from the global economy. To the contrary, it means making an India that is self-confident and self-reliant to take global competition head-on. I invite all of you who are IIT alumni to be a part of this unique mega initiative of the Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, we have undertaken a series of sustained, innovative and large-scale reforms which have already made us a top investment destination and have led up to the announcement of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Look at the change we have brought about. Goods and services tax, restructuring direct taxes, across a whole range of taxes and cesses which have ended long queues at our borders. Improving the ease of doing business, where we've jumped up 79 positions in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business rankings, and we rank our own states in the true spirit of cooperative and competitive federalism. Elimination of over 1400 plus antiquated laws, bringing in the insolvency and bankruptcy code, allowing over almost 100% FDI through automatic route. These are landmark reforms for the country. After launching a highly successful production-linked incentive scheme for manufacturing of mobiles, electronic components, active pharmaceutical ingredients and medical devices, we have now launched PLI schemes for 10 new sectors. These will play a major role in making Indian manufacturers globally competitive. It will attract investments at a large scale. It will boost our export potential and give rise to economies of scale. We will be able to produce cutting-edge products and solutions, and this will ensure our integration into the global value chains. The production-linked incentive for advanced cell chemistry battery manufacturing is a massive opportunity for us, given that the future lies in the faster adoption of EVs and renewable energy solutions. We have brought in a PLI for electronic and technology products. This will prove to be a game changer, given that India is expected to have a $1 trillion digital economy by 2025. The production-linked incentive schemes for many other sectors have also been launched. Telecom, PV modules, steel, pharma, food processing, textiles, white goods and auto components. These schemes will not only provide a huge fillip to these sectors, but will also create backward linkages with MSMEs and will have an overall multiplier impact on the Indian economy. It will increase our resilience, self-reliance, while at the same time lead to massive value creation and will project us as a favorable investment destination. Global manufacturers are already announcing plans to enter India, be it Foxconn, Wistron or Pegatron. Electric mobility, battery storage, 5G technologies, artificial intelligence, genomics, semiconductors, data storage will be the emerging areas of growth in the coming years. These are the sunrise sectors, areas where we must become global champions. Our growth story will not be complete till we ensure a sustainable and equitable growth for all Indians. This is precisely why we are taking path-breaking initiatives to improve our health and education outcomes. The National Digital Health Mission will completely transform the way in which healthcare is delivered in our country. The Ayushman Bharat program ensures healthcare for all. It provides insurance for over 500 million people. It is portable, cashless, and digital. And it's bigger than the population of the United States of America and Europe put together. It is one of the most ambitious, comprehensive health insurance scheme in the world, which serves a population that almost equals 27, 28 European countries. The national education policy marks a monumental milestone in the country's education system. It carries tremendous potential to make India a knowledge superpower by equipping its students with superior skills through improved school and higher education programs. Ladies and gentlemen, India's real potential lies in the technology sector, and I invite all of you to contribute to this technological evolution. With every monumental event that significantly impacts the world, there are technology disruptions that follow, which changes the way we live and work. To my mind, digitization has been a prominent theme in this post-COVID world. I see COVID-19 crisis as a unique opportunity to further leapfrog our technological advancements, and the world is looking at the current 2020 decade belonging to India. At a time when the entire world was reeling under the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and when investments across the world were at an all-time low, India attracted over $38 billion, most of which were tech investments. This is totally unprecedented, and it is a testimony to the favorable policy, environment, and ecosystem that India has been able to create. The connection of Aadhaar with bank accounts and mobile phones, or what we refer to as the JAM Trinity, is the bedrock of much of the digitization drive. JAM played the role of a safety net and helping millions who needed immediate monetary aid through ubiquitous direct transfer of state benefits. Today, the robust backbone in the form of a JAM Trinity has made so many technologically driven developmental reforms possible. India is increasingly becoming a significant stakeholder in shaping the rules of a data-driven world. India, with one of the cheapest internet data costs in the world, we have 600 million plus connections and are the largest consumer of broadband in the world. 500 million plus Indians are now using smartphones, and every 3 seconds we add a new internet user. On the Global Innovation Index, India has improved its position sharply from 81 in 2015 to 48 in 2020. In addition to this, India is the third country in the world in terms of attracting investment for technology transactions. Look at the evolution of the unified payment interface. Today, you can make a payment by just making a UPI transfer, tapping your phone or scanning a QR code. UPI, which is just 4 years old, has double the number of transactions that American Express has globally. In 3 years' time, we'll be much higher, the UPI will be much higher level of transaction than MasterCard and Visa. Ladies and gentlemen, India is home to 9,300 tech startups, which make the third largest tech startup ecosystem in the world. A large number of these startups are working in niche areas and technologies like AI, blockchain, analytics, and cybersecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, India, being the fastest growing economy with the second largest population in the world, has a significant stake in the AI revolution. It is estimated that the economic opportunity from AI is expected to be in addition of almost 1 trillion by 2035, boosting the GDP by 1.3 percentage points. The vast scale of data and massive digital footprint is India's biggest strength for artificial intelligence development. As India moves from being data rich to data intelligent, it'll use machine learning and AI to find solutions to a vast number of its challenges. We have a vibrant startup ecosystem. Last year alone, over 1,300 startups were added, thereby solidifying India's position as the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. We have over 50,000 startups with over 31 domestic unicorns. There's a changed perception about entrepreneurship, and there's a large amount of domestic and foreign capital that is flowing into India. The strong and sustained growth and innovation in the technology space presents a unique opportunity for India to position itself as the tech garage of the world. Going forward, my belief is that the development of the world-class product requires critical inputs in the form of data-hungry young entrepreneurs, AI algorithm engineers, computing power, and an AI-enabling policy environment. India now needs to nurture an innovative breed of product managers, AI scientists, product designers, and software engineers. Our triple IITs and IITs, from where you have all graduated, need to be reoriented to produce AI engineers, artificial intelligence engineers who can partner tech entrepreneurs to launch cutting-edge global tech companies. India is a phenomenal example of the best of India and the best of the world coexisting. Give me an example of one country besides India where companies like Ola and Uber, Oyo and Airbnb, Google Pay and Phone Pay, Amazon and Flipkart are coexisting. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look around the world, you'll find that 8 out of the top 10 companies today are tech and digital companies. Oil companies, which are the wealthiest, have vanished. The fastest growing jobs globally are those of artificial intelligence specialists, robotic engineers, and data scientists. India is the hotbed of entrepreneurial innovation. Attributes like cost effectiveness, availability of qualified talent pool, and high quality work has made India a top technology and investment destinations. IITians like you are innovative, enterprising, and have a big role to play in shaping the future of India. Our ability to develop technological products and solutions together for a country as vast and diverse as India will provide us with a unique opportunity to present a roadmap for addressing the needs of billions of people across the world who will move from poverty to middle class in the next decade. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 will change the world as we know it today. There will be a new world order, and I'm confident that it would be India with people like you who would be at the helm of this new world order. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a real pleasure.